This trick makes it feel like the spectator did all the work, yet you still get all of the credit. This super clever self-working trick puts the magic in their hands, can be performed with any shuffled deck, yet still delivers a mind-blowing reveal. Okay, grab a deck and let's jump into the magic. Okay, so as ever, let's just kickstart by taking a look at the effect itself. And we're going to start with a shuffled deck. So just hand the cards to a spectator. They really can shuffle the cards as much as they like. With that done, you're now going to ask the spectator just to cut the deck into approximately 2. It's a totally free choice. Let's say they cut the deck just there. You're now going to ask them to select one of these halves for themselves. Again, it's a totally free choice. Let's say they select this half just here. They can take those cards and you'll take the cards just here for yourself. You now want the spectator to make a random selection from their pack. But to make sure this is as hidden and as random as possible, you're going to ask them to do this behind their back. Now, to help them out, you're just going to demonstrate exactly what you want them to do. So you're going to take your pack just here and place this behind your back. And you're going to explain that you want them to select any card from the pack, any card that they like. And once they've got one card, just to bring that out to the front, to take a look at it and to remember it, and then to place that back behind their back on top of their pack. And once they've done that, they can bring their cards back out to the front. And the spectator will now do exactly the same. So they'll take their pack and place it behind their back. They'll select any card from their pack and just bring that out to the front, take a look at it and remember it. Now, just for the purposes of the demonstration, we can see their selected card here is the 10 of hearts. And once they've remembered their selected card, they'll just place this back behind their back on top of their pack and then bring their cards back out to the front. Now, you can just quickly remind the spectator of their selected card, asking them to make sure they remember this. It's important that they don't forget it. And then you can just place your half on top, losing the spectator's card in the deck. At this point, a card selected entirely at random by the spectator is now lost in the deck. There is absolutely no way that anybody could know the identity or the position of that card. However, you're now going to ask the spectator to see whether they can find that card themselves. But to make it as challenging as possible and to make sure they, you, or nobody else can see, once again, you're going to ask them to do this behind their back. So you'll ask the spectator now to take the deck, to place it behind their back, as you provide some instructions. Firstly, for a bit of practice, you're going to ask the spectator to take the top card of the deck and just insert it anywhere they like towards the bottom of the deck. And once they've done that, for a bit more practice, you're going to ask them now to take the bottom card of the deck and to insert that anywhere they like towards the top of the deck. And now for the most important part, you're going to ask them to take the top card of the deck, to reverse it, to turn it over so it's facing the other way, and then to insert this towards the middle of the deck. And as they do this, you're going to try to mentally guide their actions. So ask them just to see whether they can pick up on your thinking as they insert that reversed card. And once they've done that, they can bring the deck back out to the front. At this point, you can just recap exactly what's happened. From a shuffled deck, the spectator selected a totally random card behind their back, which was then lost back into the deck. The spectator has now taken the deck, and again behind their back so that nobody could see, they've taken one single card, reversed it and placed it back into the deck as you try to guide their actions with your thinking. We can now take a look at the result of those actions as you take the deck and spread the cards on the table. And this will reveal the single face-up card placed into the deck by the spectator just here. It's important to note they could have placed that card anywhere. They have, however, placed it directly above this card just here. You can explain to the spectator that this is their identified card as you just separate the cards and remove this single card from the deck. For the very first time now, you can ask the spectator to name their randomly selected card. Of course, in this instance, it was the 10 of hearts. And now you can reveal how this card here, located by the spectator themselves behind their back, is indeed the 10 of hearts. A mystifying location that's also super easy to perform, so stick around because now I will show you exactly how it works. Okay, so let's take a look at the secret to this effect, an old classic. Now it's important to note you really do start with a shuffled deck. The spectator can shuffle the cards as much as they like. You're then going to ask them to cut the deck into approximately 2. They can cut the deck wherever they like. You'll then ask them to select either half for themselves. And again, it's a totally free choice. They can select either half. Let's say they select the half just here. They'll take those cards and you'll take the other half for yourself. You're now going to ask the spectator to select a card from their pack behind their back. And you're going to demonstrate what you want them to do with your pack. And here's what secretly happens. As you place your pack behind your back, you're just secretly going to reverse the second from top card here and then place the top card back on top. You're then just going to take the bottom card and bring this out to the front as you pretend to remember it. Now, as you bring this card back behind your back, you say you're going to place it on top of your pack, but actually you're going to reverse it and place it on the bottom of the pack so that it's face up, like so. And with that done, you'll bring your pack back out to the front. The spectator will now take their pack and place it behind their back. Now, they really will select any card from their pack and bring this out to the front. They'll remember this card as their selected card. So here we can see the 7 of hearts. They'll then place this card back behind their back on top of their pack and then bring their pack back out to the front. Now, at this point, if you like, you can just take the spectator's pack and remind them of their selected card here. And this just helps to reinforce the fact that their selected card really is on top of their pack. You'll now take your pack here, which secretly has the reversed card on the bottom, and place this on top of the spectator's pack. You'll now ask the spectator to take the deck, place it behind their back, and to carry out the following actions. Firstly, you're going to ask the spectator to take the top card here and just to insert it anywhere they like towards the bottom of the deck. And this just keeps it away from the reversed card and the selected card in the middle of the deck. Next, you'll ask them to take the bottom card of the deck and just to insert this anywhere they like towards the top of the deck. Again, just keeping this card away from the middle cards. And now you'll ask them to take the top card here, which is secretly facing the other way. To reverse this card, so they turn it over so it's now facing the correct way, and to place this anywhere they like into the middle of the deck. So the spectator thinks they've just placed a reversed card into the deck. And with that done, they can just bring the deck back out to the front. Explaining that you try to mentally influence where they place that reversed card, you can now take the cards and spread them on the table. This will show the single face-up card in the deck just here. And below this card will be the selected card just here. You can now just separate the cards at this point, removing this single card from the deck. Asking the spectator now to name their selected card, you can reveal that that just happens to be this card right here, in this instance, the 7 of hearts. Now, just a quick final note. When the spectator places a card into the middle of the deck behind their back, there is a very small chance they might place that card in between the already reversed card and the selected card. If that happens, then the selected card will end up being the card on top of the pile over here. So if this isn't their card, all you need to do is reveal it to be this card here, explaining that they were off by just 1, and they'll still be amazed. You've got the secret, and now you're ready to amaze. Keep practicing, keep building your confidence, and watch how these tricks can bring success in more ways than one. Stay sharp, keep moving forwards, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.